Hey, welcome back to the Infamous Podcast. This is Brian.
This is Darryl.
And this is episode 483 of the Infamous Podcast. It's also our 10th anniversary as a show.
Wait a minute. Today or this?
I'm pretty sure it's today. I'm going to double check. Oh, wait. Oh, no, the 26th. So next week. I jumped the gun, Darryl.
Yeah, okay.
So our pilot episode, when the first episode was actually called Going Geek News, but we changed that pretty quickly because the intro was cringe as fuck.
How was it again?
It was super cringe, just like what I just did.
But did they really? Was that really a thing back then? Cringe?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was definitely a thing back then. I mean, and if it wasn't, it was definitely proto cringe.
Proto cringe.
So, we may have invented cringe just with that opening.
So you're saying somebody listened to it and they're like, okay, that was cringe. I don't even know why I use that word.
I don't even know where this word came from, but those two motherfuckers are cringe as fuck. So, anyway, how are you?
Doing very well.
So I want to talk about football for a second before we get going.
46 days till Michigan kicks off.
So NFL training camp starts in like just a handful of days, right? And
yes,
of the 32 drafted second round picks, only 2 of those players have signed. The other 30 are holding out. Do you know why?
Yes. I saw the video and
So I dug into it more.
Okay.
Anyway, so the Texans decided, you know what? We drafted 2 players in the second round. We're going to make one really easy to sign, and then we're going to make the other one not so easy to sign. And while we're at it, we're going to fuck the rest of the league, except for Cleveland because they're as stupid as we are. Their receiver, Braden Somethingson, they gave him a 4-year fully guaranteed contract. Now, to be fair, the contract in total is only $11 million for 4 years. And all these other dudes are like, well, we want a guaranteed contract. And it's like, they don't even give the first round. Like, it's only happened once.
Yeah.
And that was, a guy who has a problem keeping his hands to himself when he's getting massages.
Yeah, so it was basically the dumbest contract in the history of the world because of all of that was all of the smoke that was coming with him.
Oh, yeah.
The fact that it hasn't been done before for players who have been infinitely better than him.
Yeah. Oh, and it was for $250 million.
Good Lord.
So anyway, so I just found this interesting, and it made me laugh when it was the 2 teams where it was the Texans, the Houston Texans, and then the Browns following suit. It was just, I couldn't help but laugh. I assume the Giants are going to do something equally as stupid. Actually, if we could just get Joe Shane's youngest or oldest son to be our GM, because he wanted to take Jaden Danielson with the Giants' first pick last year, or this past season. Yeah, he's like, you should take him. He's generational, and yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, how did that work? Not listening to him.
Well, I mean, they made it all the way to the Redskins made it all the way to the NFC Championship game, I do believe.
Oh yeah,
so. They put a stop to the Detroit Lions Super Bowl hopes.
Well, to be fair, Detroit had an injury parade of the likes I have never seen in my entire life.
I wasn't saying anything beyond that, but
yeah.
Anyway, it's just really funny to see that, like, with all of this happening, like, the Browns' other second round draft pick got arrested for Ray Ricing his girlfriend. So,
You know, that's the second year in a row an Ohio State player has been drafted and
well, yeah,
done,
in
that.
in the second round as well.
Yes.
It just tells you everything you need to know about the caliber of person the suck nuts like to
But
recruit.
the world famous Ohio State
Yeah,
University.
the Ohio State suck nuts. I just, yeah, I don't know. And of course, Buckeye Nation is probably making all sorts of excuses as to
Oh,
why.
they always do. Like
Yeah,
they are the softest fan base.
them or Notre
They
Dame are pretty bad. So
I would actually say again, the Ohio State is the softest. Dude, they had a politician wanting to outlaw flag planting.
oh yeah, I saw that.
That
Yeah, that was embarrassing.
they are the biggest bunch of bitches.
Are they gonna make it a felony? Is that what it is?
Something
So
ridiculous.
yeah.
It's just, you know what? If you can't beat a team
Mhm.
that throws for 62 yards, your arch rival, your 20-point favorite, if you can't beat that team at their lowest they've been in on offense in the last 15 years,
Right.
yeah, yeah, that's all I got to say about that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's all we gotta say about that. Anyway. All right. Let's hop into it. So we're gonna talk this week about Superman Not Legacy. Um its box office. We're gonna talk about Murderbot, the last 3 episodes. So that's 8, 9, and 10. We should have saved it for. We should have done 7, so we could say 7, 8, 9, and 10 got away. Uh, dad jokes. And then I finally saw F1 last night, so we're recording on the 15th. I saw F1 on the 14th of July, and we're gonna talk about that. Dear, you
What did
ready to
John
hop in?
McClane say? Welcome to the party, pal.
All right, let's hop right into the Superman Sans
Not
Legacy.
legacy.
Yeah, box office. Uh so when we reviewed this with Kenny, we kind of talked a little bit about some of the projections. It definitely came in lower than the 135 that they were touting for the domestic box office. But it also came in higher than the 95, 85, 95 low. So it opened this weekend to 125 total. And so that total counts all the Tuesday Amazon Prime shows that they did, as well as the Thursday night preview, which the Thursday night preview was the only one they actually released a number for there. So that did 12. And then the rest of the week or the rest of Friday totaled into 56. So it looks like the Amazon one did about 10 million. So that, I mean, maybe do more of that. But so it opened to 56 on Friday. It fell to 37 million on Saturday. It fell to 31 million on Sunday. And then just as we were getting ready to record, it refreshed. And it jumped up to 12, or it fell to 12 on Monday. So here's the thing. It's in 4,100 theaters. It opened to 125 domestically, 217 globally. And just for shits and giggles, the Friday to Monday, well, the Friday to Sunday. Actually, no, we'll do the Friday to Monday. For Man of Steel was 141 domestic.
Yeah.
And that's
Again,
not adjusted. That is
no,
that's
not.
true 2013 numbers. So, Man of Steel ended up making 670 million. Here's the thing, the other thing. The global number, that 217, that is opening everywhere at once.
Yes.
whereas the Man of Steel had
Yeah,
a
because
staggered international release
as we
where
were talking
yeah,
about, it's like the UK, France, China. It hadn't opened in the
right,
opening weekend,
right.
and there were several other countries too.
Yeah,
So
I mean, it had a staggered. I mean, it was over the course of a month that
yeah,
it opened
right,
slowly.
yeah.
Um, so I think with the fact that so they did have a $400 million marketing budget.
Oh yeah, they did
Um,
because it was everywhere.
yeah, so it's 232 is where it's sitting as of recording. Um, this movie is going to have to, so it's at 137 domestic right now after the 4 days. Like I said, Man of Steel was at 141. So again, not adjusted for anything. Um, I don't want to dance. Like I think it's premature to dance on the grave. What's really going to be telling is I don't want to say Fridays is Saturday. Like the Saturday to Saturday. Like if it can do 25 million on Saturday versus the 37 from the first Saturday, like that will make me think it's probably got a little more legs to it than what we're kind of probably expecting.
Well, yeah, that's I've said that all along is that it could be like Guardians who had a solid opening but nothing to write home about, but then it had because it made was it 870 or something along those lines. Guardians 3, I mean. And that's what I've been saying to, people like, when they're touting the numbers. I'm like, no, the numbers right now are not good.
No.
Like, there's no way to frame it.
Volume
But
3 did 845
okay,
worldwide. So
okay. But the second weekend, and like you're saying specifically Saturday,
yeah.
which is true, but I'm just saying the second weekend, if it has that usual for these movies, that 65 plus fall, that's not good. But if it can get under that, if it hits 60 or even a little bit under 60% drop,
Yeah.
okay, then we can talk. And again, I am not one of those that I didn't hate this movie, and we talked about it
Well,
last week.
I mean, we're like some of the few people who are just in the middle. I mean, like
Yeah,
we gave it middle of the road scores, like 5. Or
yeah.
according to Kenny, I gave it what would I give it? I gave it a 6 out of 8.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
I'm like that doesn't make any sense. And you'll be surprised, Kenny, if you're listening to what I give F1.
F5.
F5.
Brock Lesnar.
Brock. Oh my god. Oh, I meant to send you this reel. It was I was gonna say Trinity. It was Naomi out there like proceed with caution, and then Brock Lesnar's music starts playing. So, anyway, it was pretty
And
funny.
I will end this like we're talking about soups.
Mhm.
And I texted you this because I'm watching Dawn of Justice, which that movie has, especially the director's cut or the Ultimate Edition, so many excellent moments, but bogged down with so many baffling decisions.
Okay, so I
Like
believe you when you say that. I really do.
it,
I believe you mean that too. Um, not just that it happened, but I am not giving Zack Snyder that amount of time of my life.
what do you mean? Oh, that okay, that's
So,
fine.
like,
But listen to what I'm
it's like,
saying.
and that's why. I mean, I'm just saying, like, I believe you when you're saying this.
Oh, I
Like,
know
there's
you do.
cool shit in there, but I'm never gonna watch that movie. The
It's and
director's
again,
cut.
somebody asked me on the message board is like they asked to compare this Superman with that. I was like, it's better than the theatrical cut of that movie, which is pure slop because 90% of the movie doesn't make sense because of what they cut out. It's right on par with the director's cut because again, just like Superman, just like this movie, Superman has some good moments. And then there's just the mistakes where it's like, what were you thinking? And
Yeah.
I will say this, Dawn of Justice did the whole is Superman here to help or conquer us
Mm-hmm.
so much better than Superman. But I don't want that.
Yeah.
I just want a Superman that's loved by the people and fighting villains.
I mean,
Just
we got that
that's all I want.
for 4 whole seasons.
You are 1,000%
So
right. Too bad
anyway,
more people didn't know about that.
yeah, and too bad James Gunn realized people weren't going to like this movie and got rid of the Superman we liked.
That makes me
Um,
even madder. Why did
yeah.
you have to remind me?
So it's what I do. I like to stir the pot. Hey, just real quick, Guardians 2 did 863. It was the higher one, and it was the or six. Sorry, did 683, 863 million. So Guardians 2 was the highest grossing of all three, and Guardians 1 still did 770 something.
Hmm.
So, I mean, all three of those were runaway hits for sure. And I know the first one's budget was not crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you take away all the Drax stuff, the second one is like just such a great story.
Yeah. There was just some things, and again, that's a lot of these movies where it's like you change a couple things, and absolutely right with Drax, with that, especially with that one.
Yeah, Brandy, you're a fine girl. Anyway, yeah. So I don't know. I'm really interested to see what happens. I was I was kind of tempted to like maybe go see it again this week, but
I will see it when it's streaming.
yeah, I'm just
when
waiting.
I get my
I'm just waiting until I've paid for it already. Like when it hits my HBO Max. Welcome back, HBO, to the HBO Max part of Max. But yeah. All right.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's back. It's back. We said it was going to happen. Like
Yeah.
Max was just such a dumb name because it made me think of Cinemax.
Yeah, it really did.
So anyway, all right, you want to talk about Murderbot?
Let's do it.
It was murder, Sam. It was murder. All right, so we've got episodes 8, 9, and 10. Where's my notes? So and they are collectively titled. What the heck? I can't read all of a sudden. Let me just go over here. Episode 8 is Foreign Object. Episode 9 is called All Systems Red, which is also the title of the first novella. And episode 10 is The Perimeter, or the perimeter, if you will. So.
Yeah, I know. I just finished it this morning because it was just all Superman, and then this week I've been in a Superman on my Superman kick, so I was like, you know what, I probably should watch these since we're going to talk about them tonight.
I really liked the first half of the season of the show.
Mm-hmm.
I love the second half of the season.
Yeah, I thought the second half was again. It was around the sixes for me for most of the first half of the season, or for the first half of the season, and then everything kind of kicked into gear with like episodes 5, 6, and 7 is like I think it was getting better and better, and then these last 3 to finish up, were really, really good.
So episode 8, which was Foreign Object, did a really great job with them trying to figure out how to get their beacon, or how to get a beacon turned back on, and dealing with the Gray Chris team. Garathan plugs into Murderbot and kind of tricks him into getting access. And that's where he finds out that the second unit calls himself Murderbot, and he was connected to the deaths of 57 humans. And it's not sure if he killed the clients or not, but like Murderbot, he's like, I don't know if I killed them. They might not be real. Like, I definitely didn't want to do it. And then, they're trying to figure out what to do with the Gray Chris team and the alien remains, which was pretty cool. And then they kicked him out. They kicked Murderbot out. And so that was a fun scene in the novella when he's walking and he's like, It normally would be if I got too far away from my clients, I'd shut down. But since I don't have anywhere to go, I just get to walk until I run out of battery. When he comes back, he's like, I have a plan. All I could think of was Rocket.
What percentage of a
What
plan?
percentage of a plan do you have? That's not even a plan.
It's real.
It's better than what you have. So, and that was a great cliffhanger. And so I didn't binge these back to back to back. I watched, over the last 3 weeks. And then episode 9, which was called All Systems Red, is Murderbot putting his plan in motion. And I love the fact that he lied to them about what his plan was.
Yeah, and that's the good news about a bot or a sec unit without a governor chip or governor on, is that he can do that type of stuff.
I did like what's the the chances of us surviving? And he lied to them in Garathon's like he lied. He goes, fine, it's bad. It's really bad. But Alexander Skarsgård is not going to get enough credit for how much he killed it in this role.
Yeah, this is not an easy role to play.
No.
You would think, some actors that are wooden could play this, but it's much more subtler than you would think.
Right. And
it's those little,
and he's not a wooden actor.
No, I know. I'm just saying, I was joking, with a wooden actor thinking, they're playing a bot. Yeah, that's how they act. But it's the facial tics, the little expressions he makes, compounded with, or paired with, his voiceover of what he's thinking at the time. It's such a cool character because it's not something that we get often. In a show, we have a character who, yes, you have the characters who do the fourth wall like Deadpool, and he reminds me of that in the sense of how he talks about his people.
We get the fourth wall breaks with his HUD. That's the cool thing about
which, it. By the way, these last few episodes, how they show that
when they showed it going through it over his eye, that was really cool.
Yeah, that is I really like that because it adds that extra layer of feeling like you're there, or like you're seeing. Because you are seeing what Murderbot's seeing. You are seeing what Mensa was seeing when she was doing, and her and Garathon and them. Like when they had the drone and it comes up, it hits the camera, and then when it flips the screen, and then you're seeing what the drone's seeing.
Yeah.
Like little tricks like that just makes it even more fun watching. It's not
we're the Murderbots watching Sanctuary Moon.
Yeah,
but it's
dude. What happened to the captain in Sanctuary?
We won't know until next year. It did get picked up for a second season.
Yes, which is great.
So in episode 9, All Systems Red, Garathon hacks the Grey Chris hub system. Using the drone, and that was really funny with him and Sabrina Wu's character flying the drone and keep it steady, and I've kind of keep it in range, all that. It was fun to watch the humans not be completely inept for the first time all season.
Yes, as he likes to remind us.
Yes,
it's the viewing audience.
And then I liked his Murderbot's small talk with the Grey Chris team, and then the guy figured out he was quoting Sanctuary Moon, and the best was he said something. He was like, "Oh, it's that stupid show." And he goes, "It's premium entertainment."
Yeah,
and he was so offended that the guy didn't love Sanctuary Moon,
and the fact that he thought he was doing a good job with the small talk.
Oh, yeah.
I got him.
So, I got him. They're buying this hook, line, and sinker. And then they attack. Obviously, their sec units attack. And it's really funny because Murderbot takes one of the girls hostage from Chris Gray, or Grey Chris, sorry. And he's like, they can't shoot at me. And then one of the Grey Chris people shoots her by accident. letting then the evil sec units open fire on him. It was really good. And then the end was really interesting because they decided to blow up the Grey Chris habitat. Well, because they're launching the beacon, and the blowback will pretty much wipe everything out. And to save Captain Mensa, or Planetary Administrator Mensa, if you will, he dives off a cliff with her and like situates it so she lands on him.
Yeah, and we get again, we were talking about cliffhangers before we started and how bad what show The Bear is cliffhangers. I have
The Bear's
fun.
not bad with cliffhangers. The Bear is
Or
bad
no,
with
what
season finales.
season finales, sorry. But I really have a lot of fun with the cliffhangers we get. It's kind of like that old school serial
It's
that
like
we used to
Sanctuary
get.
Moon, right? Everything kind of
Yeah.
gets solved in 30 minutes, but then it's going to continue on. It's very Buffy the Vampire Slayer of them.
Yes.
The way they did it. Or probably one of the shows that has done it best, Battlestar Galactica.
Yes.
Or BSG, So
Yeah, I was about to say, just say
the
BSG.
first Battlestar Galactica is unwatchable now. Fight me.
I'm gonna have to watch it.
It's bad. It's so bad. Anyway, so his systems are failing and everything, and all that. So then the finale, his systems reboot, and he's being worked on by the corporation technicians, trying to delete his memory, install a new governor, and all that. And it was really funny because they were like, "Look at how much Sanctuary Moon he has loaded into his memory." And the press ox team, Mensa and group, they're trying to buy him. And Penn Lee, who's apparently a lawyer, do we know that?
Yes.
Okay, I missed that. She's just like filing. Well, I'm gonna respect her. They are filing like injunctions and like being a pretty badass lawyer in that room. And she's like, "Are you the motherfucker I have to deal with?"
Yeah.
And then, so they and Mensa are trying to figure out how to save Sec Unit and get him back. And they do finally get him back, but he doesn't have any of his memories, and those memories have been destroyed for the most part. They're on a system.
Well, what happened? Remember, like the part he gets assigned another job.
Oh, yeah, that too. Yeah.
And who was it? Rafi?
Mm-hmm.
What is the guy's name?
Yeah, Rafi.
Is it Rami? Yeah, and
Rami, yeah.
Rami. And one of the things you mentioned from episode 8, and this is not just episode 8, but Garathan has had a problem and has not trusted
the whole time. Yeah,
the whole time.
Well,
and so when
when he first like reset home hub system, and he had to use Murderbot to do it, and Sec Unit Murderbot was keeping him from all sorts of things that he should have had access to.
Yeah, and what I find it's actually an underrated, like if you would explain this to somebody, but how the emotional kind of solution to this, or the connection that Garathan, who ends up finding, thanks to Sanctuary Moon, no doubt, finding the memories that were wiped, but they weren't purged from the system. They were just removed from Murderbot, and he takes all of that in. Mm-hmm. And so when they actually get Murderbot, he has a different because again, experiencing all the things Murderbot did, just like you would, if you would experience all the memories and all the emotions that somebody that you might not like or trust, and you see there, okay, Murderbot. So Murderbot's not a person, but he has.
Well, he kind of is.
He does
a
have.
person.
I was about to say he has organic matter. He doesn't just have processors. He has a brain, like green, gray matter, which is one of the reasons he had, during his newest assignment, he has almost that flashback trauma because And again, I know this is mentioned more in the books because obviously, you can mention this more about in the books, but that type of stuff sticks in, kind of like that echo where, yes, the memories might be wiped from a systematic
Yeah.
standpoint, but they're still there in the organic matter.
Well, and when they
And
took the memories out, the voiceover stopped,
yes,
which was great, just a great little touch. And then when he got them back, the first thing he said is, "Hey, I'm missing episodes 450 to
that
806 or
was
whatever."
not just a perfect
Yeah,
encapsulation
it
of
was.
his character.
But like it
That
was the
was,
very first thing we heard with him having his memories back, and it was perfect. You're
yes,
right, it was perfect. Um, so they want to make him basically a free agent, take them back to their home planet. Mensa's going to be basically his sponsor. And they realize he just looks like an augmented human without the armor on. And so he tries to sneak away, and Garathan finds him and is like trying to tell him about all the great things that they have in store for him, and this new life he can have. And it's just great because like he's like, I have to check the perimeter, and it was like this unspoken goodbye to the two of them,
yeah.
between the two
And
of them.
it took a minute for Garathan to understand it.
Hmm.
And then I think it was the second time he said it. He kind of you see where he
Yeah,
kind of gets it, and it's kind of, you see the emotion in Garathan when
yeah,
he says, "You have to check the perimeter."
yeah. So
And so I really like that those two who were so at odds it early on, well, not even early on, but throughout most of this season, have that moment together.
yeah,
And he's the one, Garathan is the one that knows, what having to check the perimeter means.
yeah. So you read past the first book. Do we
Yes.
get this group of people back?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Um, that's awesome. So Murderbot, then like the season ends, he poses as a servant bot, and he finds a transport ship, and he offers to share his Sanctuary Moon library with the transport bot. He's like, yeah, who would have
Yes.
thought the transport bots don't care about their jobs any more than I do. Um, and then he's like fade to black and leaves. I thought it was just really really good, and like I'm actually happy I read the book. But I don't think I'm going to read the other ones until after
Hmm.
I watch them, because if it's just going
Okay.
to be each novella as a season. But yeah, so
I I will say, and I've thought that, I don't know if I told you this, but I thought that a couple of these novellas could be combined, and
mhm,
I'm thinking, especially with this cast, because it's sort of a spoiler, they're not really in book two. Uh, but they do. I don't know if it's book three, but they definitely come back. I know that and it's. I think I stopped on book five.
okay,
They're back before then.
okay, cool.
So I think I'm wondering if they're going to combine a couple of these novels or of these novellas into one season, especially based on how everything goes in book two.
Cool.
Because this is I really like these people.
Hmm.
I really,
Hmm.
they after reading the book or actually listening to it, I really like the casting of these
Yeah.
characters.
Oh, I agree. 100%. Okay, let's rate this. So, episodes 8 through 10, we're going to do an out of 10. So, out of 10, Murderbots Loose in the Worlds.
7.4. I thought a 7.4 out of 10. It really picked up the last half of the season, especially these last three episodes. I'm very, very, very pleased with what we got.
I did a 7.79 out of 10. Again, like I really liked the first half of the season. Like I was definitely more bullish on the first half of the season, especially
Yeah.
after the first couple episodes. And I never waned. I was always excited for Friday to get here so I could watch it, or like, honestly Thursday night. Anyway, okay. So for season 1 out of 10, who knew a novella about a murder robot would be so fun?
I give that a 7.3 out of 10. Again, it's a really, really fun show. Took me a minute to get into it, like you said, like especially the first three, probably three, maybe four episodes, and then after that it started rolling. But 7.3 out of 10 is, I mean, that's a really good score. I would recommend this because again, these are 30-minute episodes, sometimes less, and does a lot of things right. But most of all, it's entertaining. It's not try it, it's just there to entertain you, just like Rise and Fall of Sanctuary Moon.
Yeah. I went an 8 out of 10. I thoroughly enjoyed this. As of right now, this is definitely going to be in my top 10 for 2025. I really don't see it falling out. I'm actually kind of excited to rewatch the whole thing as a binge at some point before the end of the year. And I'm
Yeah, I'll
really
probably do
excited.
that.
I'm really excited that it came back for a second. It's coming back for a second season.
Oh, I'm very happy about that.
Yeah. All right. Are you ready?
Let's do
Now
it.
is the time for the main event, aka F1. I'm going to say this. I was bitching about the Superman marketing campaign. Apple, you made me not want to see this movie. Like, I wanted to see this movie. Don't get me wrong. I was definitely going to see this movie. But Apple, I mean, I was like, not.
And I didn't realize what you were saying because I hadn't been on Apple TV at all in like the past 10 days or so since like the last episode I watched, since episode 6, I
Yeah.
think. And first thing I do when I turned it on yesterday, I was like, oh, F1.
So, like, you turn it on, it's the F1 preview. You click to play, it's the F1 preview. It turns off to the next episode, it's the F1 preview. It was like, stop it.
There's a such thing as overkill, Apple.
Mm-hmm. Apple kill. Anyway, but that being said, this is the story all about how this guy's mom sent him to race Formula One when he was getting picked on in West Philadelphia. Oh wait, wrong IP.
Like, what are you talking about?
This is so Brad Pitt plays former F1 rising star Sonny Hayes. He's coaxed out of F1 retirement, not racing retirement, by Javier Bardem. And to be honest, like, I think Javier Bardem could coax anyone into doing anything. To save Ruben's failing racing team, APX GP. And he wants him to mentor the rookie Joshua Pierce, played by Damson Idris. And this movie is directed by Joseph Konopinski or
Kaczynski.
Kaczynski. Thank you. I threw a P in there for some reason. Anyway, he directed Top Gun Maverick. We're going to talk about a lot of similarities between this and Top Gun Maverick, so just understand. It's also produced by Jerry Bruckheimer, who produced Top Gun Maverick. And I want a sequel now, also, of this movie where Sonny goes and races NASCAR. We can call it Days of Lightning. We can figure out which driver's more quick between Cole Trickle and Sonny Hayes. We can even bring JP back for shits and giggles. But yeah. So, real quick, I had not thought I don't think I'd seen Damson Idris in anything other
I know I
than
haven't.
he was in a Black Mirror episode. That's literally the only thing.
Oh, that's okay.
But back from 2019.
I was about to say that must have been a while ago.
Because I didn't watch Astral.
I didn't watch that.
I think that was the Natalie Portman one. I didn't watch The Commuter.
Didn't watch that.
And anyway, this kid, I really liked him. He had that Archie vibe. the main character from uh, Gran Turismo, just like he was already a driver.
Yeah.
I just thought that was cool. I think this was very similar to Gran Turismo in a good
Yeah.
way. I also think it was awesome that they were able to shoot some during real Grand Prix events,
Which I did not know.
to get that like super authentic, you
Yeah.
know. Lewis Hamilton, who is an F1 racer, was a consultant on the show or on the
Who was
movie.
basically their best
Yeah.
racer in the world for like 7 years in a row or
Yeah,
something like
yeah,
that.
and they talked about that, how he's won 7 championships.
Yeah.
So,
I knew Lewis Hamilton. That was one of the reasons because I'd read up about him.
yeah,
And when I first saw the trailer of this movie, that when it first came out, I was like, this was one of my most anticipated movies of this
agreed.
year.
Yeah, I
And
yeah,
getting to see it, and like you said, with Top Gun, Top Gun Maverick did something that I can't think of any other movie as far as, like with aviation. Yeah, there's been movies that are great, but you truly felt like you were there.
yeah.
And that's what this movie did with F1 cars. I felt like I was there. I felt like I was in those turns. I felt like I was like, oh man, I'm rubbing this guy's tire. I'm like, we can't do that. This is not NASCAR.
You didn't hit
This
him.
was,
He didn't bump
yeah,
you. He
yeah.
didn't nudge
He
you.
rubbed
He
you,
rubbed you. And Robinson
bro. Rubbing
is right.
is right. Yeah,
Uh, no, I agree 100%. I also found it like just really engaging throughout. The racing scenes are second to none. The interaction between the team is just great character building throughout. Like the girl, the back tire girl, her story arc.
yes,
Like it was just a
yeah,
tiny little arc. It was like we'll call it the Z arc, but like she had character growth. She was a character. Um, the whole science of the car.
I love that
I
part.
was in love with. I was like, this is amazing. This is what I want to see.
and and and
Carrie
and how
Condon
they,
as
yeah,
Kate killed it.
Friday,
She's my
my
favorite
girl
character, by
Friday.
the way. She was my favorite character in the whole show,
Yeah,
in the whole movie.
and it's about the most minute advantages in time. It's
Mhm.
like we're not chasing a second for this. We're chasing like a half, or like, what does it say? Tenth of a second here or there for this,
If we
that.
save a tenth of a second per lap, that's 70.
Yeah.
That's whatever, how many seconds. Did you know? Okay, so like she invented a new way to keep the dirty air off of the cars, so that like it didn't build up on the things that ground the car. Um, did you notice when he was driving angry, how they showed it was building up
I don't think I don't.
on the foil on the bottom foil,
I'm
like near
trying to
the
think if I.
ground, like
Yeah.
and it's just you just see it getting dirtier and dirtier as he's following the car, and he's in second place still, before he wrecks, and it was like just that attention to detail is what I really liked. I love this cast. I would definitely be
Very,
down
yes.
for like Baja or like Days of Lightning if they brought back some of these characters. Uh, and it had Edmund Tully in it,
Yeah.
playing the
That
type
was
of
my play.
character that he plays best.
Yeah.
The weasel.
Sniveling weasel. Yeah.
Mhm. So
And the back and forth between it makes me think of, what sometimes could happen with like the veteran quarterback, and then you have the rookie quarterback, the
mhm.
hot shot, but who hasn't won anything, but you have a guy who, you know, they at one point, after one accident, you have Bardem reading, Sonny's medical profile, and
Oh yeah.
then he says, "This is from 30 years ago.
Hmm.
You shouldn't even be like the because you could tell those two guys cared for one another.
Yeah. And
You saw them.
the concern he
Yes,
had for him.
yeah.
And it
It
was
wasn't
like,
about winning or losing there
right.
when he found that out. It was about, my friend could die, like literally could die, or what have you. But also the dynamic between, Sonny and JP, and how you saw that slowly change over the course of the movie. And I don't know if you saw Dr. Sharon was
Hmm.
playing
Oh
JP's
yeah,
mom,
yep. I thought that was
and
great when
I
she
I
threatened
mean,
Brad Pitt.
yeah, this again, just movies, yes, are here to entertain, and this is one of those examples of a movie who it's not just entertaining from an action perspective, which if that was all this was, I would have had a fun time. It
Yeah.
was so much more than that. You had, like you said, you had the tire girl with the character arc. You had the slow building of trust, and then like friendship and camaraderie between the two, like between Sonny and JP. Yeah, the stuff between Sonny and Condon's character. What was her name in the movie?
Oh, it was Kate.
Kate. Okay, but everything had its own. And again, this is nearly a 2.5 hour movie, so
It's 2 hours and 35 minutes. It does not
yes,
feel like 2 hours and
no,
35 minutes.
it
And
takes time.
yeah,
It takes its time though, and but it doesn't feel slow,
right,
you know, and that's not an easy thing to do. But I should have expected it after seeing Kaczynski work with Top Gun
hmm,
Maverick.
right.
Like this movie, I can't see a way that this movie is not on my top 10 list or my top five,
I
I
mean,
should
right
say.
now it's my top one for the
Yeah,
year.
it's my
So
second favorite movie of the year.
behind Sinners.
Yeah.
So, yeah, see, I just watched Sinners on Saturday again, and it's great. Holds up amazing. Definitely more fun with the second viewing.
I'm
But
curious to see that the
you
second
know,
time.
I'm a sucker for race car movies.
Dude, it's not
So
like I know you like it does like this is just a good movie.
yeah,
Like
I
even if
know,
you
but I
weren't
am a
like
sucker for race car
yeah.
movies. So
I mean,
like,
I am
you know,
again, it's the same with me though.
I
Like I
mean,
mean, I'm no different with that.
it doesn't like, that doesn't like it didn't get any extra points for that for my score
Mhm.
though. But I just really
Yeah.
like seeing these
Yeah.
kind of films.
And again,
Um,
what I was
but
saying
yeah.
to you about this movie, whole like I felt the emotional pull
Hmm.
like right away in Gran Turismo
Yeah.
with the main character. Now I didn't feel that with Sonny, and again, that's not a bad thing
You weren't
because
supposed to.
exactly that's what I was just saying about working through stuff. It's that build up. I mean, this movie is just so well done,
Hmm.
and this is what we go to movies for.
Hmm.
It's yes, we're going to entertain. Again, this was an entertaining movie. This didn't have any type of ridiculous. It was about Kaczynski and is like Tom Cruise. They just want to entertain you.
Right.
And again, the fact that this movie was really, really well done, well shot, not just from a racing car perspective, but from a character development perspective. I mean, there's nothing else you could ask for with this movie.
I'm gonna say something that I don't normally say, and you're
Hmm.
gonna fall out of your chair. So are you sitting down?
I'm sitting down.
I would have liked maybe 10 more minutes in this movie.
I'm glad you prepared me.
I'm just saying.
I'd have fallen on my head.
Yeah. Um,
I almost said that, but I'm glad you said it for me.
you almost said it, but you knew I was gonna mock, or you thought I might mock you.
No, I was just thinking I there were moments where I was like I could have had this and this maybe
Mhm.
expounded upon just a little bit, but this is one of those movies I can't recommend enough to people.
Yeah. It's
Honestly,
great.
again, like maybe Fantastic Four would be better. Oh, I can't even joke.
Why would you? Why are
I
you saying that? Like,
I can't even say that in jest.
I mean,
But
like
such a good
I'm
movie.
gonna go see that. I don't want to go
Oh, we
see
have
that,
to.
but I'm gonna
Like,
go
yeah.
see that. Like, and I'm gonna, if it's good, I'm gonna be honest, and if it's bad, I'm gonna be honest. I mean, it's just plain and simple. Um, the just the visuals of this, the cars, the acting, the relationships that are formed. I don't want to spoil too much. But yeah, it's just a great movie. It is a great summer movie. It's what summer movies should be. And like if we were in like a normal like timeline of life, this would be 100% considered best picture of the year. But I don't think it
Mhm.
will be, even though that's kind of what Apple's going for.
Yeah, again, it should be. And now more than even when I stopped watching these things back in the early 2000s, now more than ever, Oscars, all of these things are a joke. It's not about the best
Yeah.
movie.
I mean, this is
It
going
it
to get
it oh,
nominated for things like sound and, whatnot,
yes.
but yeah, it's just like, this is a fun movie. This is a good movie. This is a movie worth spending your money on to see it in a large format.
Yes.
I mean, so Superman. Like, to be honest, if you like Superman, even if you don't like Superman, it's definitely worth it to go watch on the big screen.
Oh, absolutely. That's what I've told people. Everybody I've talked to about it, I say you still need to see this movie in
Right.
theaters.
Yeah.
And so again, what is it? I'm doing my part.
Hmm. Thanks, Starship Troopers.
Yes.
So,
So yeah,
are
can't
are
recommend this
you from
movie enough.
Buenos Aires? Do you say kill 'em all?
Kill them all.
I'm from Buenos Aires, so I say kill 'em all. Anyway, all right, let's score this baby. So, Darrow, out of
Yes.
10, gotta get out of that dirty air. What do you give
Eight point
this?
8.2 out of 10.
Is this your highest rated?
No. So this is the thing. So I gave Sinners an 8.1 out of the box, and
Mm-hmm.
then after thinking about it, just like I raised Superman up after thinking about it,
Yeah.
I bumped Sinners up to like an 8.7.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
think this is going to be
you gave it
very
an 8.01
yeah.
on the
I
show.
think this is absolutely going to be one of those as it down the line. Uh, this will probably be bumped up. The other movie I bumped up was Thunderbolts after thinking about it and seeing some other stuff about it.
Yeah.
I absolutely think 8.2 is great. Don't get me wrong,
Yeah. I
but
mean, it's
I think
quaint.
this might
It's a quaint
again.
number. It's cute.
I yeah, I think this movie by the time the end of the year rolls around, it's going to be a little higher for me.
I
But
mean,
right now it's 8.2 out of
yeah.
10.
This is solid 10 for me. Um
Yeah, get out of here.
it's no, this is solid 8.5. This is one of the higher movies I've rated in a long time. Uh it just kind of, for me, it ticked off all the boxes for the things I want to see. It gave me things that I didn't know I wanted, and it really paid attention to the storytelling process, and I enjoyed that greatly. Um,
Yes.
every scene between Javier Bardem, however you say it, and Brad Pitt were some of my favorite scenes in the movie. Uh, JP running in the field and his cousin is riding the electric scooter is probably one of the funniest things that happens in the movie. Um, but yeah, and the whole Vegas scene, the card game, I think was a nice change of pace for where we were in the movie and what we were going into. And it solved the problems that it needed to solve on screen with dialogue. And I thought that was important.
Yes,
So,
absolutely.
anyway, yeah, anything else you want to add?
That's it. I can't recommend this movie enough.
Yeah.
I said the same thing about Sinners.
Hmm.
This two totally different movies, but two
Oh, yeah.
examples of why we love movies, why we love
Yeah.
seeing movies in theaters.
It's some high quality H2O. And they're both worth watching. But definitely go see.
Yeah.
Actually, like, I mean, you can't go see Sinners on the big screen anymore, but definitely go see this while you can, because it's not going to be in theaters for too much longer.
No.
It'll be on streaming on Apple sooner rather than later.
Yeah. And for those who like me who love physical media, it will be getting a physical 4K media release sometime in the fall.
Very good. Very good. But anyway, all right. Well, on that note, Darryl, thank you. This was fun. Check us out next week. We'll be back.
We'll be back with something.
We're gonna talk about
Don't
something.
know. Yeah, we'll find something.
Maybe we'll do predictions for Fantastic Four.
Yeah, probably catch up on, and we'll have a catch up on the box office for Superman.
Oh yeah,
So we'll really be able to see where it stands.
That's gonna be an ongoing thing for the next couple weeks. Just heads up. All right.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, there's timestamps down below, so you can skip to whatever you want. But you should definitely listen to that because it's fun. Because we're not really bashing it.
Yeah.
Anyway, on that note, thank you all for listening, and we'll be back next week. Later.
See ya.
The Infamous Podcast is recorded in Kings Mills, Ohio, just north of Cincinnati. You can find new episodes every Sunday on Apple Podcast, YouTube, Spotify, Google Podcast, our website, or anywhere podcasts are downloaded. This show is hosted by Darryl Jasper and me, Brian Tudor. To find more information about the show, visit us at infamouspodcast.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Infamous Podcast to keep up with the show. We also have a Patreon page, patreon.com/infamouspodcast. We have some great rewards for our patrons and are looking for help to grow the show to bring you more of the content you want to hear. Music for this podcast is provided by Michael Henry from meetmichaelhenry.com. So, whenever you're listening to us, have a great day, night, evening, weekend, whenever it is, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for listening.